There's nothing wrong with tropes. Whoa, 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 wait. Put down the pitchforks and hear me out. So the first thing we need to ask is, well, what is a trope? Going by Merriam-Webster, a trope is a common or overused theme or device. Quite possibly the most common example is the damsel in distress. Princess Peach is the video game poster child for this. Generally speaking, her role in the Mario games is to be kidnapped, so Mario has to go rescue her. So how is this not a problem? Doesn't it reinforce gender stereotypes, I hear you say? Doesn't it create some other problem we can ramble on about? Well, no, let me explain. The tropes in the Mario series explain the plot for the player so they can get right to the game. Take a look at Mario. His picture in the instruction booklets of the older games is that of a cartoony-looking everyman with big, huge, expressive facial features. Contrast that with Bowser, a giant fire-breathing monster turtle. Monsters that breathe fire like dragons and shit are typically seen as bad guys, right? Then comes Peach, who is the beautiful damsel in distress. What do we typically do with the princess in a story with a fire-breathing something or other? Without one word of dialogue, we know who the hero is, the villain, and we have a general idea of what we're doing. Rescuing a princess. And this is seen in a great many early games, not just platformers. Let's look at Legend of Zelda, the OG adventure game. It's almost the exact same setup. Link has a sword and shield and for all intents and purposes looks like a knight, especially early pixel renditions of him. Zelda is a princess in peril and Ganon is a giant monster. Good guy the knight trope, bad guy the monster trope, reason we're fighting the bad guy is to rescue the damsel trope. Tropes tell us why we're exploring Hyrule in the NES Zelda without a word outside the instruction booklet. Let's do another one of Anita Sarkeesian's punching bags, huh? How about Double Dragon? Take a look at this opening. Bunch of 80s thugs come up and assault the hot blonde. They hit a woman and kidnap her and she becomes our damsel in distress. The thug trope lets us know who the bad guy is and, again, the damsel trope lets us know what our end goal is. Tropes do it again. Do I have to continue? But oh, some may say, these tropes are harmful because it can make players sexist, teaching that women are only trophies to be had after completing an arduous task. Well, I say, shit, that was far more eloquent than any YouTube comment I've ever read. And after I include a study performed in Germany, which was funded by the European Research Council, which found no correlation between sexist attitudes and amount of daily video game use. Now, I would be doing a disservice to all of you watching this if I didn't go into some detail about this study. First of all, the study was conducted over the course of a few years and covered a large variety of titles from Nintendo classics to the hardcore modern ones. The participants' beliefs about gender roles in society were assessed by asking whether men should be responsible for major decisions in the family, whether men should take on leadership roles in mixed-sex groups, and whether women should take care of the home even if both partners are wage earners. The thing you need to take away from this, though, is the study does not say beyond the shadow of a doubt games won't turn you sexist. It merely says there is no correlation. That's a huge difference. Think of it like this. It's like when people were blaming violent video games for school shootings and shit. Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat, Halo, these were very popular, very well-selling games that were in almost every household. So yeah, they were likely to be in the household of these infamous shooters. Just like very popular game franchises that might use tropes that are considered sexist are likely to be in the homes of some assholes. But wait! These developers shouldn't use these tropes anyway because they can be offensive to me! Hey, come here. Come closer. 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 Not every game is made to appeal to you. Crazy, I know. I like to cite Pokemon as my favorite example of this. I have been playing this game since it came out. As of this video, I'm 28. I am well beyond the target demographic, but I still buy each new version and continue to play. Would I like a character in Sun and Moon to be an adult-aged character so I can project myself onto it better? Sure, but I understand the game doesn't have me in mind, and as such will have no pandering to my demographic. Same applies to games like Duke Nukem. Titles like those in the Sakura games are trying to sell to men, so they'll use tried-and-true tropes that appeal to males to sell their game. It's not that hard to understand. Are there problems with tropes? Yeah, of course. Tropes are great for action-oriented video games where the developer needs to get the point across immediately, but for story-driven titles like RPGs or walking simulators, tropes are lazy. By all means, they're a great tool to build a character template with, but if the game is something that has to keep my attention with story and characters, then the dev should expand on the trope and create something clever. So if you skip to the end of the video, tropes aren't bad in gaming generally speaking. When you have a platformer, or a racer, or a beat-em-up, or another genre that relies heavily on gameplay over story, then tropes are incredibly useful to get the basic idea across. Tropes are also useful to sell to a particular audience when marketing your game. I've said it before, and I'll say it several times again. The goal of a video game should be playing the video game, and tropes are a great tool to inform the player of basic plot and character elements so they can, focus on playing the game.